Salem is no stranger to secrets, but this one could change everything. Whispers are spreading. Is the man everyone calls Tony really who he claims to be, or has Andre slipped back into town wearing his brother's face? His behavior is shifting, EJ's schemes are growing darker, and Stefano's shadow looms once again. Could the ultimate DiMera deception already be in motion? Stay with us, because what comes next may be the twist Salem never saw coming. At first glance, Tony DiMera still presents himself as the refined, cultured heir fans remember, the calm, elegant counterpart in a family built on secrets and schemes. But something in his presence has shifted. His once steady charm now carries a sharp edge. Conversations that used to flow with grace are laced with subtle threats, and decisions that once prioritized family dignity now lean toward manipulation and power plays. Longtime Salem viewers are picking up on the cracks. The Tony they knew was the voice of restraint, a man who tried, however imperfectly, to guide the DiMera legacy with some measure of honor. But this version? He seems almost intoxicated by danger. He supports EJ's questionable strategies without hesitation, even encouraging the chaos when once he would have urged caution. Could this be the result of stress, years of family betrayal, or even the slow erosion of a good man's soul? Or is the explanation much darker? In the world of Days of Our Lives, acting out of character is never a coincidence. It's a warning sign. It's the first breadcrumb trail leading to a revelation fans have seen before, a twin, a mask, a deception. So the burning question is this: are we really watching Tony descend into shadows, or Andre, the master manipulator, once again playing Salem like his personal chessboard? Meanwhile, EJ DiMera has been working overtime to position himself as a man of vision. The opening of the free clinic paints a picture of generosity, a DiMera trying to restore his family's reputation while serving the community. But Salem residents know better than to take EJ at face value. Behind that polished smile lies a plan so dangerous, it could redefine the very balance of power in town. Whispers suggest that the clinic isn't about healing at all, but about control. Hidden within its walls, EJ is rumored to be funding bizarre experiments, medical manipulations, and perhaps even genetic projects designed to serve his ambition. A cover-up dressed as compassion. And who's standing right by his side? Tony, or at least the man who wears Tony's face. The true Tony, with his history of caution, would never leap so eagerly into this darkness. Yet this version not only accepts EJ's deception, but seems to relish it. His readiness doesn't fit Tony's profile, it screams Andre. If Andre has indeed returned, this partnership makes perfect sense. EJ needs a loyal ally who won't blink at crossing ethical lines, and Andre thrives on destruction. Together, they could reshape Salem into a new DiMera empire. Fans, ask yourselves, would the real Tony ever gamble with lives in the name of family power? Or is Andre the only DiMera ruthless enough to help EJ carry out such chilling schemes? No matter how many years pass, the ghost of Stefano DiMera hovers over every branch of the family tree. Known as the Phoenix, Stefano always found a way to rise again, whether through science, deception, or sheer force of will. And now, whispers are growing louder that EJ's experiments are designed to do the impossible: bring Stefano back once more. But what if Stefano isn't the only DiMera haunting Salem? The eerie changes in Tony's behavior could point to another resurrection already in motion. Andre has cheated death before, always finding his way back when Salem least expected it. Could his return explain the sinister glint in Tony's eyes, the sudden attraction to schemes, and the loss of the morality that once defined him? There's even a chilling possibility. What if EJ himself orchestrated Andre's resurrection? By reviving his uncle and disguising him as Tony, EJ gains the perfect ally, a man just as ruthless, just as brilliant, and just as hungry for power. Together, they could be engineering a full-scale DiMera revival, where deception rules and legacy outweighs loyalty. If Stefano does rise again, Andre masquerading as Tony would serve as the perfect distraction, blinding Salem to the storm approaching until it's far too late. While EJ may be fully aware of what's happening behind the scenes, others in Salem remain dangerously blind. Chad DiMera, often the family's moral compass, continues to place faith in his brother. To him, Tony represents stability and guidance, the one DiMera he can usually trust. But what if that trust is the very weapon being used against him? If Tony is really Andre, then Chad may be walking directly into a carefully laid trap. His loyalty could become his undoing. Theo Carver is equally vulnerable. This isn't the first time Theo has been pulled into DiMera family chaos, and history shows how much he's suffered from their schemes. If he discovers that Andre has been alive all along, and worse, has been living under Tony's name, Theo could feel betrayed not only by the DiMeras but by his own instincts. And then there's Anna DiMera. Her love for Tony has always been steadfast, a beacon of passion and loyalty through the years. But if she learns that the man she's trusted, kissed, and stood beside is not Tony at all, her world will collapse. This wouldn't just break her heart, it would shatter her very identity. Andre has always known where to strike hardest, and if this deception holds, the emotional fallout could devastate the DiMera family from within. Across Salem, the Kuriakis family may be sharpening a weapon that could change everything: knowledge. If they uncover undeniable proof that Tony is actually Andre, they won't see it as a tragedy, they'll see it as opportunity. Business wars between Titan and DiMera Enterprises have always been ruthless, but this secret could tilt the scales permanently. With such explosive information, the Kuriakis clan could force EJ into concessions, blackmail him for leverage, or even dismantle DiMera power brick by brick. Imagine Victor's legacy carried on through a cunning move like this, the ultimate checkmate against the DiMeras. But the danger lies not just in corporate maneuvering. In Salem, secrets are currency, and once this one escapes, it won't stay in the boardroom for long. It will spread like wildfire, touching personal lives, marriages, friendships, and alliances. Anna's heartbreak, Chad's betrayal, and Theo's disillusionment would all become bargaining chips in a larger war. If the Kuriakis clan chooses to exploit this revelation, it won't just be about power. It'll be about control. Control of the DiMera dynasty, control of Titan's future, and ultimately, control of Salem itself. And now, everything circles back to the question haunting every Duel fan. Is this truly Tony DiMera, or has Andre returned from the shadows, wearing his brother's face like a mask? The clues are there. The subtle changes in personality. The willingness to dive headfirst into EJ's darkest plots. The sinister glint in his eye whenever power is on the table. These aren't Tony's trademarks. They're Andre's fingerprints, etched into every choice, every word, every smirk. But if Andre really has pulled off the switch, how long can he keep the facade alive? Will he one day rip off the mask in pure DiMera fashion, laughing as Salem collapses around him? Or will the townspeople slowly piece together the truth, leading to a revelation so gut-wrenching that it rocks the family to its core? The fallout would be catastrophic. Marriages broken, trust obliterated, Salem forever scarred by another DiMera deception. Yet, isn't this the very heartbeat of Days of Our Lives? Secrets, lies, and betrayals, woven so tightly that no one escapes without consequence. So, fans, I'll leave you with this. Are we watching Tony spiral deeper into darkness, or Andre, reborn and ruthless, ready to unleash his cruelest game yet? Salem's answer may be closer than anyone thinks. As Salem braces for another storm, the Tony swap theory refuses to fade. Too many signs point toward deception, too many cracks in the facade to ignore. If this truly is Andre, then Salem hasn't seen anything yet. One reveal could shatter the DiMera dynasty and send shockwaves through every corner of town. From EJ's hospital games to Anna's heartbreak, from Chad's loyalty to the Kuryaki's war, the consequences would be endless. So, Duel fans, where do you stand? Is this Tony, or Andre? And how long before the truth explodes into the open? Comment your theories below, hit like if you're hooked on this storyline, and don't forget to subscribe for more Explosive Days updates. Salem's darkest secrets are only just beginning.